you are great, and my heart is full of praise. For you are glorious, there is no one else like you. For you are great, you're the Ancient of Days. I lift my hands in praises to your name. You're the one who makes my heart sing today. For you are great, and my heart is full of praise. For you are glorious, there is no one else like you. For you are great, you're the Ancient of Days. I lift my hands in praises to your name, oh God. You're the one who makes my heart sing today.
For you are great, you're greatly to be praised. In all the earth, there is no one like you. You rule in every nation. You are my meditation. In you I live and move and have my being. You are the one who makes my heart sing for joy. For you are great, you're greatly to be praised. In all the earth, there is no one like you. My God, you rule in every nation. Hey, you are my meditation. In you I live and move and have my being. You're the one that makes my heart sing for joy.
You are great, and our hearts are
Greatly to be praised. Oh,
you are glorious. There is no
Lord,
one
lift up my
else
hands
like
to you. In all my adoration. For you are worthy to be praised. Mighty God, great I am, King of kings, wonderful Jesus. Oh, and I search the world eternity, Lord. There is no one like you.
Wonderful you have been to me.
You are beautiful to me.
Food on my table,
Food on my table.
money in my pocket. Nobody like you.
Nobody like you.
Faithful God, mighty God, nobody like you. You are great.
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 You are great. Jesus,
Jesus.
you are mighty, mighty, mighty. Yes, you are.
So great.
And I take a minute just to testify.
To say how much I love you. Mighty God.
Faithful.
You're so amazing.
God of compassion, He's a God of love. Somebody wave your hands to a mighty
You are
God.
great.
He is great.
You are great.
He is great.
You are great.
He is great.
You are great.
He is great. Nobody like you.
Nobody like you. Nobody like
For
you.
you are great. You're the Ancient of Days.
I lift my hands in praises to your name.
Oh oh God. You're the one who makes my heart sing today.
My name is Pascalia Chacha. I love the Lord, serve the Lord at Prayer Sanctuary of All Nations. My husband is Apostle Agri Kalwale. We run a ministry at Kiserian town called Prayer Sanctuary of All Nations, and we are based at Kahuho. Personally, I'm a minister. I base my ministry with women and entrepreneurship. My passion is to see women empowered, because as a woman, I have invested so much in education. I have been invested so much word in me by God to just get these women out of their shackles so that they can blossom like roses in the garden. I started my ministry full-time in 2015 October when I resigned from National Bank of Kenya, where I was working as a branch operations manager. I decided to quit my job because I reached a place where, in the eyes of so many people, I was at the peak. A branch operations manager, holding a master's degree, having a good marriage, running a ministry, and in the eyes of everybody, they would think I was having it all. But deep within me, there was this passion to reach out that made me feel, no, I just have to get out of this shell and blossom out there. So I left National Bank and I came out for 1 full year of 2016. I was under the ministry of Prayer Sanctuary of All Nations, and I was serving as a pastor there. Beginning of this year, I prayed and I asked God, here I am available. I desire to be used by you to reach out to the people you have called me to reach out to. So use me, Lord, with any channel whatsoever. And I dedicated each and everything concerning me to God. And I thank God He has been faithful. From the time I surrendered everything to Him, each and everything concerning me, I've seen God coming through for me. He connected me to ministers I never knew. He connected me to Prophet Peter Ikera in Tanzania, who spoke a word of God upon my life and said, yes, I am a wife's minister, but God is entrusting me with lives which can never be released, can never be delivered if I don't speak up, if I don't speak up and encourage and touch their lives. So He encouraged me to start anyhow and not wait any longer. I discovered there is a gap between the women and the men in the corporate bodies, the gap in the ministry, the gap everywhere you go. They are very brilliant women, but it's like their voice is unheard. I was called by somebody from Compassion International, Kenya, and this lady said, Pascalia, I've known you for a short time, but I've looked at your LinkedIn profile and I like it. I like what you stand for, and I understand you left National Bank. I said, yes. And this lady said, we want to use you as our mentor in some of the programs we are running for some women, because we have women we are supporting who have this poverty mentality in them, and they are so afraid. And we have liked one thing about you, that despite the comfort that the bank was giving you, the surety of this salary and all these loans we know the banks have access to, the bankers, you have decided to leave all that just to discover who you are and surrender to God. We want to partner with you in some of our programs. I said, I don't want a full-time thing with you people, because then I will be locked by Compassion International. And they said, it's okay, whatsoever you want is what we will do. So they asked me, which area are you comfortable and you want to reach out on? These women you want to touch on? I said, I am comfortable with anything to do with banking, anything to do with entrepreneurship, business management. I just want to tell them they can come out of their houses and do something and earn their decent lives without being oppressed with the cultural idea of how a woman should stay in the house and just wait upon the handouts from their husbands. So I was called by Compassion International Kiserian, that is based at Deliverance Church. And when I went there, I was myself surprised because I found about 50 women already gathered for me. And God used that lady to just connect these women, and they sat, and she had hyped the meeting and told them, we have a consultant who is coming, a woman of God who already has an experience. She has gone through it all. So you come with your ears open and ready to receive. So I went there, and I talked about stigma and how the society can stigmatize you despite your qualification. People talk about stigma of HIV, but I think everybody walks around stigmatized. Some of people are stigmatized because of their religion. Some are stigmatized because of their cultural background. Some are stigmatized because of their class. You find a nice lady who met a rich boy, and everybody in that family, they call the girl maybe a gold digger or something like that. And stigma is just everywhere. So I talked my heart out, and I just called an altar call. I said, anybody who has gone through stigma, they can just surrender their stigma to God and just live a free life. And to my surprise, all these ladies, they lifted up their hands and they said, we are surrendering our stigma. We have lived in shackles and we just want to get out. I said, thank you, Lord. Here they are, your daughters. And just free them, because I am not here to free anybody. You have the power to free them. So we finished that session, and I left there with 50 friends, because all of them felt like they can touch base with me. So I left there. But even as I was there, somebody now talked to another person of AIC Church, and they shared how I touched their lives through the talk on stigmatization. And I was called there at AIC Church to talk about entrepreneurship, how a woman can be an entrepreneur and still stick to the family as a mother, as a wife, as a minister of God. You just stick to your role as a mother and everything, and still be profitable even in that relationship. Because when you go to Proverbs 31, they talk of a woman who is not helpless, and so many women are walking around very helpless and oppressed. So when I went there, I talked to these women, and everything went out very nicely. So we left there. Again, these women were like, we need to hear more. We need to have more sessions with you. Where can we get you? Some of them, I gave them the contact, the phone address, but because I'm a minister of God, and my desire is not to go around hoping in churches to kind of pick their members. So I said, it is respectable. If you want to have any session with me, you kindly just tell your pastor, you tell the woman of God in the house that you need another talk with me. I will come and still organize something for you in this place of yours. But personally, you want to meet me, I have an office in Rongai where I operate as a consultant, a business consultant, and I do all these other things there as a book writer and motivational speaker. So if you want to see me professionally, you can find me at the office. But if you want to talk to me as a minister, this is my phone number. So I left that place, and I thank God, because putting those barriers has helped me to also create that lasting relationships with all these ministers who are not also afraid that I will kind of take their people to our church. And my desire is to reach more and more churches so that I can empower these flocks in their churches. Because when a pastor has an empowered congregation, even so many cases of deliverances will go down. And even the prayers will not be prayers of lamentation. They will be prayers of praise. People will be shedding their tears because they are thanking their God for the good things he has done in their lives, and not crying because they did not have some needs met, maybe last night or the previous week. So I thank God, because for this year 2017, what I have seen God doing since January, I cannot tell you. And my desire is to reach out even to more and more people. I read in the book of Genesis about the story of Lot and Abraham, and I looked at these characters. Though Lot had the advantage of having Abraham, this man of faith, beside him as a cousin, but Lot never knew who Abraham was in his life, and he never grasped the secrets of this Abraham getting favor with God. So when time came and there was a choice to be made, Lot chose the easy way. He decided to go to the valley of Sodom and Gomorrah because it looked green, it looked nice. And when Abraham and Lot separated, the command came from God that look up. As far as your eyes can see, I give it to you. So it is a choice that somebody makes. It's a choice you make in life that will either decide you go to the valley or you go to this mountain top life where as far as your eyes can see, God shall give it to you. So I followed later on the story of Lot. Thereafter, what follows somebody who goes the easy way? And the next step from Sodom and Gomorrah, an angel of the Lord comes after a long intercession from Abraham of not destroying the city of Sodom and Gomorrah for Lot's sake. Then Lot is asked the choice time, because each and every person on planet Earth is faced with these choices daily. Lot is asked by the angel, live and save your soul. And this guy tells the angel, if I have found favor with you, you go to Genesis 19 verse 17 and read that story. It amazes me. He said, if I find favor with you, allow me to go to this small town of Zoar. It is very small and I will be safe there. So the angel of the Lord tells this Lot, go to the small town. So I don't know who I'm speaking to right now. Maybe you have chosen that small vision. Maybe you have chosen that small comfort zone where you are hiding yourself like Lot. That this Zoar, he thought his safety is in smallness, in that smallness shackle of Zoar. And I will surprise you, even Zoar was not comfortable for Lot. After Zoar, Lot ran to the cave. So when you minimize your vision to the smallest sized vision, the next thing is you will see that small still too big for you. You will still be minimized more in life, and you will end up in the caves like Lot. In that cave, he ended up sleeping with his own daughters, and the generation of the Moabites and Ammonites came about, a generation that was already cast. So I don't know who I'm speaking to, but just come out of your Zoars. Come out of those Zoars of yours. If the Zoar is that employment you think you are so comfortable and it is burying your passions, it is burying your destiny, it is burying that which God entrusted you to give out to this world, just come out of Zoar, because out of that Zoar you will still go further to the caves where nobody else will hear your story. But if you choose the mountaintop like Abraham, even to date, we call Abraham the father of faith. Why? Because he chose the mountain. Climbing mountains is not easy. It requires strength. It requires sacrifice. Sometimes it requires you go through some risks, which everybody will see like you are crazy. And some will even mock your faith. But the mountains give you this fear that has no borders. I'm Pascalia Chacha, Pastor Pascalia Chacha, and as I've mentioned,